James held up IFL TV in association with.
We had to wait for you.
Just get into that.
So, yeah.
Just get into that. I'll say.
Well done for making it. Doris was playing right up. Doris was. Oh, no, I thought, you know, we can't start without IFL, can we?
I did actually think that everyone was going to kill me when I walked in.
It's a bit like, you know, the FA Cup the other night starting without the BBC. It just wouldn't happen.
I thought he was going to like the Sutton game starting without Wayne Shaw.
Oh yeah, well similar kind of. You just weren't eating your pie, were you?
It's not going there. Felt a bit sorry for Wayne, but that's another story.
Yeah. Do you know?
I've kind of met him in company, but it's not like on the Christmas.
Well, I think on that, like, did he eat the pie because people were shouting out, "You fat bastard who ate all the pies," which is what he said, or did he eat the pie because he saw the price at 8 to 1, his mates lumped on?
Well,
but at the end of the day,
the cynic in me says.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if the bookmakers want to lay that market, you know.
Yeah. If he didn't eat the pie, would he have influenced the market as well?
Probably, yeah.
Because if he's aware of the bet, and
if he knows the bet, which he would have been aware of the bet,
there you go.
Then I'm not eating a pie. Well, mate, don't think about the market. Just decide whether you want a pie. And looking at that geezer, he definitely wanted a pie. So therefore, maybe he just wanted a pie.
What I was thinking is, if they've got past footage of him eating pies during matches, then he's
set a precedence. He's set a pie precedence. That's the thing.
There you go. Let's move swiftly on.
Talking of pies, right? Have you noticed the lack of pies in that man there?
Someone who has not been eating pies.
He hasn't been eating pies
over
Christmas.
Pies, hasn't he? KFC stocks have gone down dramatically.
Proper gave him the build-up today, didn't I? Yeah, I think he had a little bit of a chirp on when I was introducing him. I know, he was like, he plays it well though, doesn't he, Dave? I like watching his Instagram lives. Funny bastard.
I watch him quite a lot myself, to be honest.
Funny bastard. Yeah. I've noticed though, you do a lot of gambling, don't you? Yeah. I listen to him. He's always talking about horses and stuff like that. So I think what we need to do is we need to drip feed you your money as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. We need to pay you. Oh, Marsden will probably do it. Yeah. I'm going to talk to Marsden about it. So we give him a chunk, let him go enjoy himself, but we also maybe give him a weekly wage.
So like 50 quid for accumulators.
Dave Allen, right? It's going to be our little project. I think it should be a Matchroom and IFL project, right?
Excited.
So this nutcase has gone. He's fought Dillian White at like 2 weeks' notice. That was all right. Like I don't blame him for taking that fight. Then he went and boxed Luis Ortiz at like 3 weeks' notice. That was just mental, right? But now I thought, you know what? He's done well in those fights. Got a nice little following coming. He sold more tickets for this fight than he's ever done before. It is a cult following. So let's go out. Let's get a win on Saturday night. Let's go and knock someone out. And then let's get out again. And then let's see where it takes us. I think he can win a British title.
We've been beating the drum for this man for a long time.
Yeah. Well, he's funny.
Such a good talker. He's very funny.
He's fun.
Company. Yeah. Hopefully he can back it up in the ring.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about the bill. Gavin McDonnell, Ray Vargas, WBC, world title.
Yeah.
Many thought Gavin McDonnell wouldn't get this opportunity when you looked at him sort of at area level and onto English level and British level, but he keeps turning the
Yeah, I mean, one of the media here just said, oh, this is the start of an unbelievable run. You know, you've got Hay Bellew next week, you've got Crolla Linares, you've got Burns and Dongo, you've got Klitschko Joshua, all in the space of like, what, 9 weeks? This kind of means certainly as much as those to me, because there's something about the whole arena. There's something about a kid who 3 years ago we sat here when he was fighting Lee Wood for the British title. He was like shaking, speaking in front of the cameras. I looked at him today, he's got the leather jacket on, he's like, it's just another fight. I can become WBC champion. I'm like, mate, I remember when you won the British title, you told me you could retire now, happy. Now, you've got a chance to win such a prestigious belt, live on Sky, become another British champion and become a world champion holder the same time as your twin brother. Let's not lose focus on that part of history as well that's on the line.
That's driving him, the fact that he's always sort of been in Jamie's shadow a little bit.
I think there's a little bit of competitive needle between them brothers. And you know what? I think that's going to drive him on and spur him on. I said to him earlier, you've got to be in the moment here. Don't get in the ring, 3,000 people. We sold like 700 tickets from Doncaster. The national anthem's going to be playing. There's going to be 3,000 proud Yorkshiremen in that arena screaming and shouting. Stay in the moment, execute the game plan. That's how you go and win world titles. And I think that, you know, if he can do that, but I think he's got the head on his shoulders to do it. He's sensible. And we don't know a lot about Ray Vargas other than everybody I've spoken to in boxing told me he's very good, punches very hard.
Is the pool of talent of fighters that he's been fighting maybe not as equal and as good as the sort of British level fighters? Looking at
Yeah,
the
maybe.
record
I mean,
of some
I
of
think
the Mexican guys.
you know some of the wins that Gavin's had. Lee Wood was a very good win. He's a very talented fighter. Vusi Malinga was a good win, a former world champion. Even the European title that he won, that was a good solid win as well. So I think Gavin's mixed in some decent levels as well. I said to Gavin, like, imagine if you were in Tijuana, right, and you were boxing in some 3,000 seated arena in Tijuana, right? He went, what, me? I'd be absolutely bricking it. I went, exactly. So imagine what he's doing. So you've got to use the positivity of, I'm in my hometown, I'm with my people, I'm on my terms, I'm going to go and guess what's mine. You know, the other kid's got all the work to do, but he's the favourite because he's very, very good. So I really can't wait for that fight. Another fight I'm really interested in is Tommy Coyle against Rakeem Noble. I mean, Rakeem Noble, you guys will know more about than the viewers at home. Boxed predominantly on the smaller hall shows with Steve Goodwin. Had a big win over Kay Prosper, who I actually thought was a top talent. Took this fight with Tommy Coyle. I think a lot of people see Tommy Coyle as certainly not an easy touch, but someone that I can beat. Do you know what I mean? And I think Noble's looking at this thinking, Jesus, I'm live on Sky. I beat this kid Tommy Coyle. I'm right up there in the mix. For Tommy, if he loses, he's done.
Without being bad, I think Noble would have fought me and you first to get this opportunity on any card.
Yeah, and when you have that, talk of the devil, look at this. Rakeem Noble,
mate, you're right, yeah.
What's happening? You missed the press conference.
Your time skills need a bit
But it
of
wasn't
work.
your fault. I'd say the trains was playing up.
Today.
I was just picking you up.
talking about
James
you.
was saying that he don't think you can win the fight, but I'm only joking. But I was saying
Killed him.
a massive opportunity for you on Saturday night. No pressure, and a lot of people look at Tommy Coyle and go, not weak link, but very beatable.
Do you know? Yeah, I agree. This is a massive opportunity. Fighters like me fighting on the small hall shows, we get opportunities like this, fighting on the kind of a world title. This is what we dream for. So when I got this call, I was all for it. I was in training, I was ready, and I agree. If this fight goes my way, big platform, massive future. So yeah, I'm all game
Big
for it.
win over Kay Prosper. A lot of people were talking about him. Like he was a real talent coming
James
through.
DeGale's team were rating him very highly.
They were,
weren't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
with
big
Prosper,
win.
they were saying that he could be British champion within the next 2 to 3 fights. He had amazing knockout power. Going into it, despite being Saudi Arabia champion, I was the underdog, despite being the belt holder. But on the night, I shocked everyone, I proved everyone wrong, and I'm here tonight and hope to do that all over again.
Love that attitude. Love that attitude,
Positive,
Noble.
man, you got to
Good man.
be.
Love that attitude.
Good man. Right, you can get him in a minute.
All right.
To the hotel. Ready for the weigh-in tomorrow.
Yep, ready.
All right, but wait, because he's going to want to cab you over you. Go and
Thank
make
you for
yourself at
tuning
home.
as well.
No worries, mate. Listen,
Appreciate it.
I want to see a great fight. That's it. And if you can go and do the business, like me, you've had it off. And you'll be in all the big fights on Sky. It's all there on a plate for you. All you've got to do is win.
All I got to do is win.
There you go.
Are you
Easier
rec-
said than done.
Are you going to record?
I'll catch you for an interview after, that's all right.
Okay, sure.
Luke Campbell on the card as well. Great to see him back in action.
Yeah, in
John
Hull.
Lopez.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people think it's going to be a routine win.
Does he need to make it a routine win?
Yeah, he needs to look good. Lopez is with Ray Vargas' team. They've all come over. They've been here a long time. They've had full notice for this, full camp.
Nacho Berestein as well.
Yeah, Nacho Berestein thinks that Jaro Lopez has got a great chance in the fight, and he's not a mug, is he? So, but I'm expecting Campbell to come through well, and I want him to go and challenge for British title, world title certainly in 2017. He quite likes the idea of fighting for the British title. If that can be done with Cardle sooner rather than later, that's
That'd be a great
possible.
fight.
Yeah, it would be. But you know, also I like styles make fights, and I like. You know, I mean, you got Crawler. Hopefully, can beat Linares. That's a great fight. Crawler Campbell. You know, you go down one route like with the WBC, and then someone like fucking Mikey Garcia goes and wins the belt, and you go, oh no. But I said something the other week, and people laughed at me. I think Campbell's got a great style for Mikey, like to fight Mikey Garcia. If you come out like a Zlatikani, you're going to get absolutely torn to shreds against Mikey Garcia. But Campbell's a thinker, and listen, he'd be an underdog in the fight. But if you've got to fight for the world title, you've got to fight someone. So it's all about getting the opportunity.
More boxers I speak to they rate Mikey Garcia so highly.
Yeah.
Boxers seem to rate him more than the general public.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he. I mean, everyone's talked about him as a talent, but I actually thought Zlatikani had a good chance in that fight. How wrong was I? He got absolutely dispatched. So, yeah, I think Mikey Garcia, you'd have to say, is probably the #1 lightweight in the world right now. Although the Crawler Linares fight you could argue the winner of that is as
Where
well.
does Flanagan fit into that
Listen,
rankings?
Flanagan's a good fighter. I guess you don't talk about Flanagan because, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but from a profile perspective, he's not one that people know. But from a talent perspective, he is one of the top lightweights in the world. Of course he is, he's world champion. I just think he needs those bigger fights. You know, Crawler is the one fighting, you know, the Perez, the Barrosos, the Linares is twice. He's fighting, I can't remember his name.
Orlando Cruz.
Yeah, no, before that, shorter guy.
Yeah, that's Cruz.
No, they're another guy as well, sorry.
McDONNELL.
No, after that. What he done was, Terry, he went out and he had some really impressive performances and then he's just gone backwards by fighting weak opposition. And the reason that that's been happening is because he's been on, and it's not a criticism of him or Frank, he's just been having to get him out and he hasn't had the money to spend on opponents because he hasn't been able to build a show in Manchester. Now they've got Petrov, who is certainly a step up, but it's still not a competitive fight for Terry Flanagan. So, listen, hopefully Crawler can get the win and maybe we can finally do the Flanagan fight, but we'll see. But
It's got a limited window space, that fight, hasn't it?
not really. Yeah, limited as in the next 12 months, but I think it's always a big fight. But you know, I think it's always going to be there. But we had to take the Linares rematch because that's what Crawler wanted. He wanted to try and avenge his loss.
Rightly so. I want to talk about Ron Lewis breaking the story that Manny Pacquiao is in negotiations with
Yeah,
Amir
mad.
Khan.
Like, yeah.
No one quite believed it.
Well,
And
when-
Ron
when-
got quite ridiculed for the story, so I'm giving him credit for being the first one to sort
Well,
of
I
break it.
don't. This is
Thoughts
what
on
I
that?
think. I think when I heard the story, I actually spoke to Top Rank because I was speaking to him anyway. I said, "Oh, you're fighting Amir Khan?" They went, "It is absolute bollocks. There is no truth in it." And you saw Bob Arum's statement saying it's complete bullshit. I actually think from there, that's when it's sort of actually started to gather some pace. The problem is, yes, they've agreed on the fight and the numbers, but they haven't got the numbers. They've got to get those numbers from Dubai, 38 million or something like that for the fight. So I personally don't think it happened. And let's be honest, Amir Khan said he didn't want to fight Kell Brook next. For getting the deal, he didn't want to fight him anyway because he needs a warm-up fight. So what? He didn't want to fight Amir Khan. He didn't want to fight Kell Brook because he needed a warm-up fight, but yet he'll go straight into the Pacquiao fight.
Is it
So-
clever business from Khan, the fact that he's
Yeah,
held
great.
on
No,
for
really.
another elite
No,
elite
because it
fight?
wasn't. He hoped to fight Pacquiao in September, October. Great business from Khan because it doesn't matter if he loses to Pacquiao, just like Canelo. So if he loses to Brook, game over. If he loses to Pacquiao, I could still fight Brook. I could fight him. I could fight him. So it's clever. I don't think it will happen. I think Manny needs to fight in April. Otherwise, he won't fight because he's got this. He's running for the Senate or whatever. And Amir says he wants a warm up. So I think that fight could happen in October actually.
Is there any sort of movement on Brooke Spence?
We're looking 27th of May, hopefully at Bramwell Lane. Just trying to tie that out with the council.
Okay. Next week's going to be very exciting.
Mental. Your views are going to go through the roof.
I can't wait.
It's going to be view porn.
I'm
on
so
IFL.
excited. I'm so excited to say the least. What can we expect as a viewer and as a boxing fan?
Well, I think next week's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, firstly, on the Monday, we've actually got a press conference at about 4:30, 5 o'clock to announce our April 22nd card in Liverpool. And then we're going straight into the Hay Bellew presser with also Derry Matthews against O'Hara Davis, which is just going to be mental as well.
Come on to that in a
Yes,
second.
and then after that on Wednesday we've got an open workout from about 5 o'clock at the Indigo at the O2 with Lee Selby, Paulie Malignaggi, Sam Eggington, O'Hara Davis, Derry Matthews, Katie Taylor, Cheeseman, Hay, Bellew. It's going to be a great night. Thursday the final press conferences, Friday the big weigh-in at the O2. We've just got to come up with a way to make sure they don't go at each other and get their hands on each other because the fight will be called off.
Offence?
They're both on suspended sentences from the board. One full step, fight's off.
Wow.
It was so cringy when Frank Warren did the fence between Hay and Chisora.
It worked though, didn't it?
And it's got potential to come back. I mean, it pains me to say it, and it is cringe, and it's terrible of me to even think about it, but I am thinking about it. I also quite like a Perspex wall. So, you know what it is? The plan is...
Well, them Zorb things, aren't they?
Yeah,
Them giant
yeah, where they're
Zorbs.
just rolling at each
Yeah,
other.
roll into each other.
I was thinking about keeping them 6 or 8 feet apart with security, but I want them to be there.
That's the whole buzz
I
of it,
know,
isn't
but
it?
so if you've got something you can't get through, that's great TV. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. Anything happened in the gloves are off that we should know about?
It was heated. We had to stop filming a couple of times,
As
which I think
predicted.
you'll see. Yeah. It was good. No, it was a lot of fun. That'll show on Sunday night. and then get this show in whole, done and dusted. Fingers crossed, another world champion for Britain, and then roll on to a big fight week.
Can't wait, I'm excited.
Good
I know
man.
you're excited.
Can't wait.
Wayne Smith, if you're watching this, you've got the full support of Eddie
Wayne
Hearn.
Smith, we're 100% behind you, mate.
wants
If
you
you want
come
a
down
pie,
to some
the
tickets
bottom
from
line is
shows
you
and
want a pie, you fucking eat a pie, son.
Can we get him down to a show if he gets
Yeah,
involved?
as long as you buy him a ticket.
Buy him a pie.
All right.
See that one.
All right.